In a traditional brokerage account, if you try to place a market order that would instantly wipe out your entire portfolio, the system will actively block the trade. Decentralized finance removes those guardrails. It treats users as fully autonomous agents who are entirely responsible for their own decisions. On March 12, 2026, an anonymous cryptocurrency whale holding 50.4 million USDT attempted to swap their entire balance for AAVE tokens. USDT is a stablecoin, a digital asset pegged to the value of the US dollar. They initiated this trade through a mobile interface, intending to move millions in a single transaction. The interface displayed an explicit warning before the trade could proceed. It flagged extraordinary slippage, a condition where the lack of liquidity causes the execution price to deviate sharply from the market rate. To move forward, the user had to manually confirm they understood this risk. The user checked the box on their mobile device and tapped Confirm. By tapping Confirm, the user stripped away the remaining institutional safety nets. They injected $50 million into an environment where code and mathematics are absolute, and where error has no reversal. This volume comparison illustrates the scale of the trade. A $50 million market buy represents 3% of AAVE's entire $1.7 billion market capitalization. On-chain liquidity pools, the smart contracts that facilitate these trades, do not have the depth to absorb an order of that size without a massive price dislocation. These pools use an automated market maker, or AMM. An AMM is a protocol that uses a mathematical formula to price assets based on the ratio of tokens in a pool. As this order exhausted the available tokens, the formula forced the price of each remaining token to rise. The order experienced over 99% slippage. While AAVE was trading at $114 on centralized exchanges, the lack of on-chain liquidity drove the user's average cost per token to $154,000. The routing protocol, CowSwap, performed exactly as programmed. It searched for the best available price across the blockchain, but the liquidity required to fulfill the order safely did not exist. In a closed, decentralized system, catastrophic price impact is not a glitch. It is the predictable outcome of overwhelming a shallow pool with a massive volume of capital. Before a blockchain transaction is finalized, it sits in a public pending queue called the mempool. Here, the exact size and slippage tolerance of the trade are visible to every participant on the network. This pending queue is constantly monitored by sophisticated automated algorithms, hunting for profitable discrepancies in the raw data. A maximal extractable value bot, or MEV bot, identified the whale's $50 million order. MEV refers to the profit a bot can extract by reordering or inserting transactions within a block. The bot initiated a sandwich attack. In Phase 1, it used a flash loan to borrow $29 million and purchase AAVE tokens milliseconds before the whale's order processed. A flash loan is a type of uncollateralized loan that must be borrowed and repaid within the same blockchain transaction. This preemptive purchase artificially inflated the price of the AAV pool right before the whale's transaction arrived. In Phase 2, the whale's $50 million order executed, buying tokens at the peak of the bot's price spike. In Phase 3, the bot instantly sold its tokens back into the newly enriched pool. It walked away with nearly $10 million in risk-free profit. The bot operated within the rules of permissionless execution, extracting wealth from an unprotected trade that the user had explicitly approved. The transaction finalized with 324 AAVE tokens delivered to the user's wallet. Those 324 tokens were worth approximately $36,000. In a matter of seconds, $50.4 million had been reduced to the price of a mid-range sedan. AAVE's founder later offered to refund roughly $600,000 in protocol fees as a gesture of good faith. While significant, it covered just over 1% of the total loss. The remaining $49 million cannot be recovered. Blockchain settlements are immutable. The value has already been distributed to the arbitrageurs and liquidity providers who sat on the other side of the trade. In traditional finance, A centralized broker has the authority to reject an order that results in a 99% loss. They act as a final gatekeeper against catastrophic user error. A truly permissionless system provides users with absolute control over their assets. That control includes the freedom to manage wealth without intermediaries, and the freedom to mathematically destroy it with a single tap.